Hare Krishna. Here we are in England, merry old England. And I'm with the Krishna West team here. Maybe you could all introduce yourselves.
Sankarshan Das, living in Basingstoke.
Sudhir Nitai.
Oh yeah, he was actually kidnapped for Krishna West. This was not, he didn't join voluntarily.
Kirtanamai, Trump, Rashma.
And I had a big feast, I'm not sure who I am. Okay, so today is that very, very holy, very special day of Gaura Purnima. And reminds me of one Christian song, to which George Friedrich Handel wrote the music, "Joy to the world, the Lord has come, let earth receive its King." And so the Lord, God, came to this world. His custom is to say 500 years, but it's now actually 533 years. 533 years ago, Lord Chaitanya appeared in this world. And everything that we do and everything that we are is really based on Lord Chaitanya. We are simply trying to serve him. We are, according to the Bhagavad Gita, we are part of God, part of Krishna. Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. And our whole life is just trying to serve his mission. So, in the first Shikshastika, Lord Chaitanya says, Chaito Darpana Marjanam. Chaito means the mind. And Darpana means a mirror. A mirror on the wall. And Marjana means cleaning the mirror of the mind. Chaito Darpana Marjanam. So, as we know, the mind reflects reality, and sometimes it reflects reality clearly, and sometimes it distorts the picture. If we see everything transparently, then we see that Krishna is God. We are part of Krishna, and that our eternal duty is to serve Krishna. That is clear seeing. And if we feel or believe that we are the center of reality, that is illusion. So the first line is Chaita Darpana Marjanam, cleansing the mirror of the mind. Bhava Maha Davagni Nirvapanam. And Nirvapanam means extinguishing, related to the word nirvana, which means extinguishing here. Nirvapanam means the act of extinguishing. And Bhava means the material world. Bhava is simply a little noun form from the Sanskrit verb to be. In fact, the B, the letter B in the English word be, to be, is the same Sanskrit be, bhavati. So, bhava, so because the Sanskrit word bhava, or that verb in general, can mean either to be or to become. In other words, to come to be. And so therefore, bhava means in that philosophical context, becoming. And because we live in a world in which nothing is fixed, everything is at every moment becoming something else, the transitory nature of this world, therefore bhava in philosophical Sanskrit also means the material world. It's an interesting word because it, of course, doesn't necessarily mean the soul's in the world, because we are not temporary. But anyway, so bhava, so this material world, the world of becoming, coming to be, and then dropping out of existence. So Maha Davagni. Davagni means a forest fire. Agni, of course, means fire. We still have words in English from Agni such as ignite. Ignition, that sense, Agni. So Bhava Maha, the great Davagni, means forest fire. Bhava Maha Davagni Nirvapanam. So extinguishing the forest fire of the world of becoming, of material existence, in other words, because on the material platform we're always becoming something else. Our body is always changing. So, Chaito Darpana Marjanam. Now, what's interesting about this verse, poetically, grammatically, is that you have these series of short phrases, Chaito Darpana Marjanam, which is 8 syllables, and then Bhava Maha Davagni Nirvapanam, 10 syllables. You have all these little phrases, and they all end in a neuter, you could say, verbal noun, in the sense that you have marjanam, nirvapanam. Like, it's a common way to form a noun a neuter noun in Sanskrit. You add ana or anam to the verbal, so you have Chaitadharpana marjanam, Bhava Mahatavagni Nirvapanam. Of course, many words like shravanam, kirtanam, smaranam, bhajanam, those are all grammatically made the same way by adding the neuter ending anam to a verb stem. So that's how Lord Chaitanya poetically constructed his first Shikshashtaka, by having a series of phrases, and then at the end you find out what they all refer to, because in Sanskrit grammar they are themselves, like marjanam, nirvapanam, but they also will refer to something else. So Chaito Darpana Marjanam, Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam, Shaya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. And the Vitaranam is spreading widely, Vitaranam. So widely spreading, Shaya Kairava Chandrika, Chandrika, the moon rays, widely spreading the moon rays, of the Shaya Kairava Chandrika, the Chandrika's moon rays, of the lotus flower, Kairava, is a lotus flower that blooms at night. So this is a beautiful poem, because obviously we're in the darkness of ignorance, especially in this age, in this material world. To say it's in the darkness of ignorance is kind of being nice. It's just a very degraded world. And so, but here we have the Vitaranam, the widespreading of this Shreya Kairava. Shreya means well-being, good fortune. And so the widespreading of the moon rays, Kairava, the rays of this lotus blooms at night. And so it blooms at night, and so when the moon is out, and so therefore when this flower blooms, the moon rays are reflected on this flower and then spread. So Lord Chaitanya calls it the Shreya Kairava. Shreya means well-being, good fortune. Actually, the word Sri in Sanskrit means beautiful or beauty. Sri can mean beauty or fortune. And so the comparative degree, very Sri, is Shreya. That's actually what the word is, Shreya. It just means very Sri. And then most Sri, Shriyast, is of course Shrestha. So Lord Chaitanya here talks about the Shreya Kairava, Chandrika, this night blooming lotus that brings good fortune. This night blooming lotus that brings good fortune. Of course, it opens up under the moon rays because it blooms at night. And so it spreads to say that it spreads the moon rays, Chandrika, of this lotus, night blooming lotus of good fortune. So what does? What is cleaning the mirror of the mind? What is putting out the forest fire, the great forest fire of material existence? What is spreading these moon rays which have opened the night blooming lotus of good fortune? Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vichana Vidyavadu Jivanam, and it is the life of the bride of knowledge. Of course, in Sanskrit, to understand how this is working poetically, vidya means knowledge. It's a feminine word ending in a long a. As our most feminine. Most words in Sanskrit, nouns ending in long a, are feminine nouns. So vidya means knowledge, and so because it's feminine, Lord Chaitanya uses the figure of speech vidya vadhu, the bride of knowledge, and so it's bringing to life, because a bride who loves the man she's going to marry, when she becomes very enlivened, when that match actually takes place, they actually are together, and so vidya vadhu jivanam. Something is jivanam, again the same kind of noun, jivanam. It is the life of the bride of knowledge, vidya vadhu jivanam. And then anandam buddhi vardhanam. It is the increasing vardhanam, like Govardhan, do I say? Vardhanam means growing or something which causes to grow, in other words, which brings prosperity. So anandam, ambudhi of course means ocean, and so it is the increasing of the ocean of bliss, anandam buddhi vardhanam. And pratipadam, prati in Sanskrit, in this case, has one of its primary senses of each, like at each step. Pratipadam, at every step or at each step. Pratipadam purnamrita swadanam. It is the relishing or tasting of the full nectar. Purna amrita, which means full nectar. Purna amrita aswadanam is the tasting, the relishing, really, the relishing of the full nectar. Radhamuri vardhanam pratipadam, at every moment, at every step. Pratipadam. At each step, it is the relishing of the full nectar. Pratipadam purnamrita swadanam. Then sarvatma snapanam. Snanam in Sanskrit means bath, and then snapanam is the causative verbal noun. Snapanam means the bathing. And so sarvatma, the bathing, the cleansing of every soul. Sarvatma snapanam parang vijayate. So then Lord Chaitanya, after saying parang vijayate, Sri Krishna, it conquers, it is victorious. So all these things, and at the very end, he tells you what all these Anam words were referring to. Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So it's a very beautiful composition. The very last word in the first Sikh Shastaka reveals what all these other things are. So if you go back, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, the cleansing of the mirror of the mind is Sri Krishna Sankirtan. It is Sri Krishna Sankirtanam that cleanses the mind. And then Sri Krishna, that Cheto Darpana Marjanam, Bhava, Mahadavagni Nirvapanam, extinguishing the great forest fire of material existence, that's Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. And so forth. So all these different phrases, because of the grammatically, are referring back to Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So it's a very poetic expression, it's very ingeniously composed, but so all these different things. Bhava Madhava Nirvapanam, Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitana, so Vitananam also referring to Sankirtan that spreads the moon rays of the night blooming lotus. And then Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam, the relishing of full nectar at every step, that is Sri Krishna Sankirtan. So you can see that's a very beautiful composition by Lord Chaitanya, where all the phrases end in Anam, which makes it a neuter noun. And at the very end, you find why they're given in that neuter form, because they're referring to Sri Krishna Sankirtan. So that is, what else can we say about Lord Chaitanya? So he says that this is all of everything. And then, of course, there's 7 other Shikshastika prayers, which we won't have time for right now. So, any questions about this? I'm looking here at Facebook, see if anyone asked a question. Also here live in the Peanut Gallery. Let's see. I'm jet lagged. Actually, I gotten about 6 hours sleep in the last 48 hours. So if I go crashing into my computer screen, falling asleep, please know that I'm not on drugs. I just haven't been sleeping very much. So, any questions here from the Krishna West? Yes. Too late.
I have a question.
Yes.
So about when it says cleansing.
Actually, maybe you can come up here, so people always complain they can't hear the questions. Come up here and embarrass yourself.
So the question I had was about cleansing the mirror of the mind.
Yes.
And often we say the mind means the heart, or heart and mind are used interchangeably. So I just wanted to understand that when it's saying mind and heart, and there's also like different levels of heart, like in terms of like the consciousness and the buddhi. So if you could just elaborate.
Sure. So, yes, Chaito, or Chaitas actually in the original form. There's an old saying: a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. In other words, if someone, let's say, beats you in an argument, or pushes you to change your mind, but in your heart you don't really believe it, you bounce back. It's like someone, let's say, can browbeat a woman to marry him. And just really, but then it actually happened to Jane Austen. We're actually in Jane Austen's village, where some rich young man was a bit of a klutz, but he asked her to marry him, and she said yes, and she went to bed and woke up the next morning and thought, I can't marry that person. So her and her family had to flee the house. But so the idea is that the mind and heart, if you really have made up your mind, that even in English, if you say, and you mean it, I really made up my mind, that means the heart also. If your heart's not in it, how can you say you really made up your mind? So any other question about Lord Chaitanya? If not, maybe we'll do a little Kirtan. We can go over to El Keyboardo. Spanish means keyboard. So all of you out there on Facebook, please stay tuned. We'll go over, we have a very nice keyboard here, and we'll do a little Gaura Kirtan. Okay? So do you want to bring this over? We'll bring it over to the keyboard. So, don't touch that. Okay. Yeah, actually, the rest of them there. Yeah, that's good. Maybe bring this down a little bit. That's good. A little more. see better actually. Yes, actually, I can see much better. A little bit. Okay. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Srimate Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Nityamini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Yavari Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatyatishatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Purnima Sri Krishna Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Sri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now praying for the protection of Lord Chaitanya's movement by Lord Chaitanya. Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Pralada Lada Daine, Hiranyakashipu Rakshama, Shivatankaranakaraya, Ito Nrsinga, Ito Nrsinga, Bharato Nrsinga, Yato 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 Yamitato Nrsinga, Nrsinga, Keshavajita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha
So we wish a very happy and healthy and Krishna conscious and missionary Gaura Purnima to everyone. And so good night from the Krishna West team in England. Hare Krishna.